Have you ever wondered how a garden room is built? In this video, we'll take you behind the scenes and show you the full process, from the foundations to the final install.
Find out how we turned this into this. But you'll have to stick around to the end of the video to find out. So let's get started. So the base preparation started before we arrived on site and was left to settle over the weekend. As you can see here, our project leader Alex is just making sure the foundation is level before any works are carried out. The team then begin to bring out the timber posts and wall sections for the front, back and side of the garden room. Each wall section is laid out and the cladding is carefully removed and set aside for later on in the build. The first step is to create a strong corner where the back wall meets the side wall, where a corner post will lock the two panels firmly together. Two of the team will work on this step, one checking the alignment inside and the other one securing the panels outside of the building. The wall sections are built with a photon wrap, multi-foil insulation, reflective breather membrane and a durable melamine finish. The customer also chose a plaster pack upgrade, which has an added layer of photon wrap designed to limit moisture transfer between the plasterboard and melamine wall panel. The front wall section is the last to go up. The cladding fitted under the door functions as a packing spacer, maintaining an even wall depth across the front elevation once the cladding is completed. The underdoor flashing is specially configured with a return lip on the rear edge to help prevent water entering the building. The final touches are being added to the front wall section, making sure it's all ready for the next part of the installation. The team then carries the land beam and aligns it to sit flush on the shell of the garden room. It is then screwed onto the front wall timbers, and now we have all four of our garden room walls in place. Now it's time for the roof. Each insulated roof panel is lifted carefully into place and laid flush against the timber framework of the garden room. The roof panels are made with a dense, fire-resistant insulation sealed firmly between two layers of tough steel. Outside, the steel is protected with a durable PVC coating, keeping it fully weatherproof. Inside, the steel panels are powdered in a clean, soft sheen white, giving the ceiling a bright and modern look. So the team are currently installing a G1 garden room from the G range. Its roof is unique to this model, as it slopes from front to back and extends out on all sides of the building. For this building, the customer has chosen a composite oak wood cladding for the front of the garden room and a redwood cladding for the back and sides of the building. The composite cladding is a great choice for the front of the garden room. As you'll see in the video, the building is sun facing, so the composite option will keep its colour with zero maintenance. The next step is fitting the doors and windows of the garden room. The team carries in the 3.8 metre sliding door frame where it's carefully fixed into place. Once this is done, the process is then repeated for the full height window. Flashing is then fitted around the doors and windows of the garden room, followed by glass and door handles. The garden room is now completely watertight and ready for the next steps of the installation. And that brings us to the end of day one of this garden room build. Kicking off day two, we're going to start with the building exterior. To finish the exterior, the deck and frame is installed along the front of the garden room. It's set out into sections, ready for the decking boards to be laid on top and complete the entranceway. Next, the black boards are then fitted to the roof. These not only create a smart finished edge, but also provide space to run the wiring for the exterior headlights. Everything is carefully measured so that the flashing and decking boards not only create a smart finish, but also provide protection for the decking itself. With the exterior of the garden room shaping up nicely, it's time to move inside. As you can see here, an adhesive is applied to each board and is then fixed into place and screwed securely for a tight seal. This stage creates a solid base for the final plaster skim, while helping improve the insulation of the building. The electrical wiring is carefully fitted for the plaster boards, ready for the sockets, switches and lighting to be installed. The process is then repeated until the internal garden room is covered in plasterboard. We have different wall options that you can opt for. You can choose for our standard melamine wall finish, our acoustics pack, which reduces noise up to 45 decibels, or you can add a touch of Scandinavian style with our slatted wood wall panels. And that brings us to the end of day two. It's day three and the end is in sight. At this stage, there's not much left to do for the install. Wooden timber frames are then fixed to the ceiling to start the installation of the halo ceiling light. This is an optional extra that the customer has added to their building, which features a recessed light that creates a modern ambience. Finally, the exterior flashing is added, completing the profile of the garden room to give it a sharp finish. And with the last few touches being added, our team will pop in next week for the final fix of the flooring, skirting and plastering, as well as adding the guttering at the back of the building. The garden room insulation is coming to an end. Let's see how the final thing looks. And there you have it, a stunning 6 metre by 3.5 metre garden room. From start to finish, this project took about 5 days. Foundations were laid in 1 day, the building of the garden room itself took 3 days, and the electrics were racked up on the 5th day. If you've enjoyed seeing this garden room come to life, why not come and explore them in person? Our Buckinghamshire and London showroom has plenty of designs in every shape and size for you to explore. Visit us and find the perfect garden room for your home.